Hello and welcome to Geeky Bit. Today in tech history, we're going to talk about Hoyle. No, I'm not trying to cough up a hairball like a cat. I'm talking about a game, more specifically, Sierra's Hoyle Volume 1. The Hoyle Volume 1 game was released by Sierra in 1989, and the trademark and face cards were licensed from Brown and Bigelow Incorporated. The game went on to sell over 250,000 copies by 1990, though it was hated by critics for its cribbage's deviation of the rules. The game let you play with several pre-made game AIs, and they had their likes and dislikes, and some were better at some games than others, and there were several game types to choose from. It was released for DOS, Mac, Amiga, and the Atari ST, and even though there were AIs to play with, there was only a single player mode and no multiplayer. With all of that out of the way, let's take a look at Hoyle in action. Okay, here's the logo bit-bopping back and forth like it used to do for Sierra. And we'll go to Game. Then we'll go Start New Game. And then we'll go Select New Game. And then I think we'll go with this card right here. I like it. And I think I'm going to go with Crazy Eights. Old Maid does look good, but I think Crazy Eights is what I'm going with. So when we click on each guy, they have a thing like that. You see that huge long what they say, and then it tells you if they're an expert or not at something. So I'm selecting them, and we'll get this guy. He kind of looks like Robin Hood, but I think he's from the King's Quest line of games by Sierra. And all the characters have AI chat things that they do. So we'll turn the sound down. As you're not hearing it, I am, and it's pretty loud. Alright, so with all of their dialogue out of the way, it's gonna put some cards on the table for us. And once I'm ready, we can actually, I'll show you, I can change the speed, but you can't change the speed until it's your turn. Which is kind of an issue, but that's fine. So we can make it slower here. And we can also make it way slower. And so I need to draw a card first, and then as we are in this suit, I'll put down that. It's not going to win, but whatever. The goal of the game is to get rid of all of your cards. Alright, so let's make it faster instead of slower like I was doing. So we'll go fast, and then we'll go play speed. And then we will set that fast too for all of this stuff. You don't want to go too fast, but I definitely want it faster. Okay, let's see here. Well, I gotta draw a card because I don't have it. Nope, still not there. And look at the look on their face when you draw a ton of cards. It's a great animation. It shows that they don't like that you have this, or they do like that you have this. There's no way I'm gonna win this round at all. Not even. Alright. We can do that right there, because that's an 8. And 8s are crazy, so I can select a new suit. Reality, I should have went with hearts, because that's what I have, but I'm not gonna win. And there we go. That's the winning hand. Before we move on, let's take a quick look at what it looks like on the Macintosh. Okay, here's what it looks like. And it does make it so you have to change your colors to 16 colors instead of 256 or more. Alright, wants me to put in a name. I think I'm going to go with Billy Batson. And those of you who know what that is a reference to will probably think it's funny. Okay. Now I think I will select the same card type that I had before, the rainbow one. And then we'll go with Crazy Eights again. And someday it'll load. Now this is the avatar of the actual programmer right there, so we'll select him this time. We'll go with the old man. And then I always like the dog, so I always select the dog. And there we go. And then you just click here. It's pretty much the same. And as you've already seen me do Crazy 8s, I think that's pretty much it. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into my story about Sierra's Hoyle Volume 1. Back in late 1991 or early 1993, I was hanging out at my friend Steven's house, and he found a bunch of old games his uncle had left there. They were all legal, of course, I'm sure, from what I remember. Steven didn't have a 5 1/4 floppy drive, and my other friend Skylar did, so I took the discs over to Skylar, and he did me a favor of copying them over to 3.5-inch floppies. In the collection of floppies that Skylar had copied for me was Hoyle Volume 1, along with some other great games. When I got home, I played Hoyle, and it was a great card game on the PC, which was new to me. I spent hours into the early mornings playing Hoyle on my weekends. The game was fun, and the dialogue was amazing to me for an early 90s/late 80s game. Here are my thoughts on Hoyle Volume 1. It was a great game. While some people felt it didn't adhere to the official rules and made it less of a good game, I felt that the game was great and it gave me hours of fun. I hope you liked this video as much as I did making it. And if so, feel free to click that like button. And if you're not subscribed so already, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to get notifications of my future videos, click that bell button.